My name's George Clarke. I'm an architect and TV presenter that talks about cities. That's what I've been asked to talk about, the future of cities and global populations and how we might live. So it's some quite big picture stuff. Some of it's a little bit off the wall. Probably more statistics than people might have thought from an architect. But, I'm passionate about cities and how we live, but I'm also passionate about the environment. And I think certainly in a city like Leeds, post-industrial city with lots of old buildings, I think there's lots of questions to be asked about what the future of a city like Leeds is. How do you expand? How do you transform existing buildings? How do you retrofit? They're kind of big, tough questions really about cities across the world, not just in Leeds. And it's an international festival. So you're going to get bombarded by lots of international numbers and locations tonight. Look, everywhere's changed massively in the last 30 years. It's not just Leeds, it's practically every town and city that I come across, whether it's in the UK or abroad, to be honest with you. I think the challenges really are, how do you stay unique in a globalized world? I think that's quite a big question for most metropolitan cities. And I'm lucky enough to travel around Britain a lot, and great cities, Leeds, Manchester, Newcastle, Bristol, fantastic places to go to. How do you stay unique? How do you look after all the people in the city? And let's be honest, it's about people, isn't it? At the end of the day, we can talk about buildings and architecture and design. Well, I certainly can until I'm blue in the face. But it's about people and people having a great quality of life. One of the terrible sides of the construction industry and the house building industry, we built 150 units last year. No, you didn't. You built homes for people, and homes are quite powerful pieces of architecture. It's probably the most important piece of architecture in your life, really, whether it was the house that you grew up in or whether it's the house that you bought for yourself and your family. Crafts who you are, crafts how you live. It affects your kids and how they're brought up. Business is business. People make investments to get a return on their investment. That's fine. If they want to make too much of a return on their investment to the detriment of society and the people that live there, that's really bad. Really, really bad. And one of the things I'll be talking about tonight is ecology and economy. The two forms of eco, if you like, that really have to come together and work. And if we get too greedy, which I think we have been with the planet over the last 50, 60, 70 years, that greed causes a lot of damage. And it doesn't matter whether you're talking about the environment or whether you're talking about a business. If a business gets too greedy, it's normally to the detriment of others. Everything in life is all about balance, isn't it? If you work too hard rather than spending time with your family, you've got the balance wrong. If we're not being harmonious with the way we live on the planet and we take too much from the planet, we're going to damage it and it all goes out of balance again. We've always got to find that balance in life, no matter what it is. And I don't have any problem with businesses making money. You've got wages to pay and people to look after. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's done in a bad way, in the wrong way, to the detriment of others, then that's terrible. I think for the festival to be happening is brilliant. Come on, we've all suffered over the last year and a half. This is my first talk for over a year and a half. I'm actually quite nervous, to be honest. I love giving talks to people. I've given a few talks online over the last year and a half and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I felt like I was having a business meeting, like sitting in my study at home talking to a screen, and there was no atmosphere and you couldn't bounce off anyone, and no one could heckle me, which is probably a good thing. Online's like rubbish. We're social animals, I keep saying it. We love being around people. I'm not just saying this because I'm in Leeds and being nice. It could be a long list. The people are great, love it. The fact it's a great city with the most beautiful countryside just minutes away is like outstanding. I love that. Great university, so it's got a real buzz about it. It's got a really young vibe about it. It's always good being around young people because it makes old people feel younger, which is no bad thing at all. It's just cool. It's just brilliant. It's just got a vibe about it. It's got a buzz about it. You walk the city and it's awesome. And quite often I turn up at Leeds at 8, 9 o'clock at night after I've been travelling, and I dump my bags in the hotel room and I'll just go and walk for an hour and a half. And walking the city is great. And so if you enjoy walking the city, it's a good sign that the city's really good and it's doing a good job. The architecture of Leeds is beautiful. Come on, look at this. This building's absolutely amazing. And it's got some beautiful, industrial buildings from the past. And it's got some decent, really good new buildings that have been built in the last few years as well. So it's mixed.